Well, hello everyone. Welcome back. One of my favorite models of tractors of all times, the John Deere 40 series, this being a 4240. I grew up in Vermeer country, as you can see. Whoops, that's just some brake chatter there. I'm going to grab B1, gently engage my PTO, and pick up a little bit more hay, finish out this bale. It's really difficult because this is an old baler with some issues. The monitor, I cannot program the monitor to do the tying for me, so I have to manually run the tie arms, which is quite frustrating. And then I don't have the bale full isn't going off either, so I have to do all this just like an old-fashioned baler, except I have push button control, and the left and right guide is also working. So I am happy to be doing this. I'm warming up to this baler. It's a good baler. We'll get the bugs out of it. It's going to work. It's my very first baling video ever. So the Vermeer 605K. Beautiful. Tractor is just handling this like a dream. Okay, gonna put the windrow on the right side of the baler for a little while. I'm about ready to tie that one off. Okay, grab another gear and finish this off here. All right. And I've got to the end, so I'm gonna probably just pause out while I turn around. PTO off. When I back up a quad range, I like to use A, unless I need a very fast backup. But almost always I grab A. Once the transmission is stopped, boom, I'll slip into that A range, just as smooth as silk. All right? So I always like to add a little bit of tractor operation in this as well. There, just like that. These clutches are really touchy too. I'll brace my heel on the floor. I'll feel that engagement, smooth as silk. You just slide that clutch pedal up just perfectly. I could do a whole video on that someday. All right, I'm gonna cover a lot here, this being my very first baler video. Air condition is out today, so I'm toasty warm in here. No, I do not open the windows and get all full of dust and chaff. I'm a very hot-blooded type of guy, unfortunately, in more ways than one. It's probably about 95, 100 degrees in here. My temp gauge on my moisture tester there is probably going to read 100 sitting up there on that dash. It's quite a bit warmer. Oh, there's one of my masterpieces right there. I don't know why, but I'm not getting twine in the center as heavy as I want. Definitely some adjustment needed there. We're making bales. I'm right at that 15 moisture mark. These are going to be dry bales. They're going to keep and sell very well. Good quality hay, no mold and no heating, none of that. So let me finish this bale out here. I like to keep these old engines right at about 1,000 on up, and if they're working hard at all, you want to stay close to like 1,500 RPMs. You do have to slow these balers down for a lot of conditions. You'll be running under 15 or 1,500. In a rare situation, you'll run them right at the full PTO speed, which would be 2200 on this tack. Okay, I'm getting close to the end there. On my gauge, you can see the caution lines are starting to show up. So there we go. We'll let the arms all the way out. Gonna have to back up a little bit. Nice, perfect back up in reverse. In A. There. Let's try and get some twine on this thing now, okay? Manual retract. So as I push that button, you can see those arms coming back. That red needle there on the machine. And my knives are worn out on these tires, so I have to get out and cut the twines for every single bale that I make. That's been a very bad part of the day. Okay, but I got warmed up on this baler. Did my big mistakes on it, where I almost twisted a belt and I couldn't get the bale started just right. So I really had to tune myself up. It's not like running an M. An M is very forgiving. So I really had to learn my weaving back and forth. You get the windrow to both sides of the baler as soon as possible. Okay, I'll probably show that in the next video. All right, we'll make this all in one video, I think. Well, one of the knives I got to work. Once in a while I did. Okay, that'll be it. I should have idled down there, but underloaded isn't a big deal. Okay, I decided to cart this bale off of the headland, so I'm going to drop it where I want it, right here. We'll pull ahead a little bit. You kind of do want to run your baler as you shut the tailgate. I might have a tensioner issue in this baler too. There, I got the belts worked back together. I am making some good bales with this thing today, and I do like it. It's a good baler. Just has a few bugs to be worked out of it, you know. Okay. Let's get back to the windrow way over yonder there and get started, and I'll show you that aggressive weaving to get that bale chamber started. Okay, here's the windrow. I'm gonna set way over on the left side. Get into my starting gear. I'm gonna go 1100 RPMs at idle. Everything's going. Here we go. I need some ground speed to really set that chamber in there nice and quick. Boom, we're picking it up. Try and hold that camera steady there. I needed to grab some gears right away. We got it. Okay, you can see all four of my belts are spinning. Monitor wants me to feed the left side of the baler. Now the right side of the baler. Make up your mind, come on. There, I think we got it. I think we got it. Gotta grab another gear. There we are. Okay, I think we got her made. Sometimes I'll just watch my belts. If my belts are being pushed over to the outside of the baler, I need to push my belts away from rubbing on the edge of the baler. I'm just talking the end belts mostly, okay? Monitor says they want, monitor says left side, so that's what we're doing right now. Definitely going to take a moisture reading on this bale. Make sure we didn't get it too wet, which I'm sure we're going to be okay. Well, I guess I do have air conditioning in this tractor. I just didn't have the fan. The compressor doesn't turn on unless the fan's all the way on. So let's get this bale tied, because I'm done with this piece of ground. I'll carry this bale home. Hopefully you can see the arm. That's my indicator arm. Yeah, it only goes halfway. So another issue I had with this baler is I tried to make the gauge go all the way, and I popped the cable off of it, so I had to just be happy with that right there. That's really all I need. I just need to see that, okay, that's the very end right there where the gauge is. And then the gauge will come, or that red arm will come up to 90 degrees telling me that my twine arms are home. So I will just manually tie this bale the best I can. I can't see what I'm doing in there. That's why you have a monitor that's supposed to do this for you. And then you can adjust it, you know, and program it to how thick you want the twine to be on the bale. I just have to guess and feel it. So you'll feel the heavy part of the bale as it rolls around in the chamber. You'll feel that hit the bottom and give the tractor a little bounce. So I'll know that that's one full rotation of the bale. So that's one little trick I can go by. I'll move the camera every time it does that. Then you'll kind of understand what I'm talking about there. Boom, there it was. There it was again. Boom, there it was again. And then we'll take a moisture reading on these and see how it goes. Of course, I got to get out and cut the twines too, so. The old 605K, I've ran a J. I put thousands of bales through 3 different M's that I ran for guys that I worked for. Thousands of bales probably through Gale balers. They were a pretty good baler way back in 1990, 96, 97. I worked on a ranch way back in them days. We'll bring them arms all the way to the center of the bale again, try and get a nice stack of twine on this bale, and then we'll see how it looks. But I'm taking this bale home, so we're not going to drop this bale. 1100 PTO off, nice and smooth. All right, let's take a moisture reading on that bale right there. Well, we found some moisture. 16.1. I'm happy with that. Well under the 20% mark that I don't want to be hitting. All right, let's try it over here. $14.9, really happy with that. And this is a dense one. I wasn't paying attention and watching close enough, and I overfilled the baler, so I got some real tension on this one. Definitely picking up some moisture out here, but it's going to mix off. So I did hit 20. Sometimes you'll have a spike in moisture because you just hit a little tiny wet pocket. Should be okay, it should mix off. I'm right around 17 on that bale. That's my wettest bale out here. 14.5 on this bale. Leaves are staying on the alfalfa because there's a lot of grass mixed with this. That's an important thing to consider as well. So yeah, a 14.3 on this bale right here. So I'm really happy with the way things went.